In 1815 in France, Officer Javert watches a group of prisoners pull huge ropes to move a ship. When it's over, Javert asks prisoner Jean to retrieve the ship's flag. To everyone's shock, Jean shows amazing strength as he lifts the mast and drops it at Javert's feet. Then the officer announces Jean's parole has begun, but he never calls him by his name, he only refers to Jean by his prisoner number. Jean had stolen some bread for his sister's dying baby and was given 5 years for it, but since he kept trying to escape, his sentence became 19. He thinks he's free now, but Javert points out it's just parole and gives him some papers that say so. Jean must always carry those papers and present them when asked. If he fails to report, he'll be arrested again. Afterward, Jean starts wandering, looking for a place to stay. However, nobody will give him a job because of his parole papers, and he's driven out of every town because he's seen as a dangerous man. Even when he tries to sleep in a lowly stable, he's kicked out. Jean tries to sleep inside a church and is found by the bishop, who invites him to have dinner with him and offers him a room. Jean is happy to have a good meal, but after the bishop goes to bed, he steals all the silver he can find and runs away. The next morning, the cops bring Jean back to the church and inform the bishop they caught him with stolen goods. However, the bishop lies to save Jean, saying the objects were a gift and even giving him more candlesticks. After the cops leave, the bishop tells Jean he must use the silver to start a new honest life. Jean is touched by the bishop's kindness and realizes he stole again because that's all he knows, but from now on he'll be a better man under a new identity. He also destroys the parole papers and throws them off a cliff. 8 years later at a factory, the foreman keeps harassing the working women and is particularly handsy with Fantine, so the other women judge her for it. One day the women notice that Fantine has a letter, so they steal it and read it to discover she has an illegitimate daughter named Cosette. A fight ensues when the women try to tell the foreman, but they're interrupted by the arrival of Jean. Under a new name, he's become the owner of this factory and the town's mayor. As he tells everyone to calm down, he's shocked to see Javert at the window, so he lets the foreman finish dealing with the employees. The women call Fantine all kinds of dirty names for having an illegitimate daughter, while Fantine tries to explain she doesn't go around